Good day, everyone. This is part two of Should Christians Be Social Distancing If We Believe Psalms 91? And I'm Elder D.T. Stanley. Continuing from last week's message, notice Jesus doesn't test God on the obvious of what he knows, but he walks in the wisdom of not throwing oneself off a building for the fun of it. Off a dare. What? For no good or bad reason. Faith is knowing that he is there when you need him with no need to prove it to others. I think that has to do with relationship. By the way, how is your relationship with your Savior these days, huh? Anyway, moving on. Let's go back to the disciples in Mark 16. Sorry, I traveled a long way from there. Notice, though the disciples immediately went forth to preach the gospel as Jesus said, they did not go out immediately and begin taking up serpents and scorpions. The only case where we even are told of such a situation is when Paul was bitten by a snake out of the fire while shipwrecked. He shook it off and carried on to the islanders' amazement. But it was not something Paul intentionally sought. And afterwards, he did not seek it again, even though Jesus' promise had been fulfilled. No, he did not now intentionally go forth to test it, nor did he tell the islanders around him to. See, go thee now and do the same. Everyone, find the snake and prove God. No, but continuing, they did intentionally cast out demons, speak with new tongues, lay hands on the sick, and they did recover. Notice what they intentionally did and what they didn't. In Luke 10:17, the 70 that Christ had sent out returned with great joy, amazed that even the demons had been subject to them. Jesus responds, Behold, I give you the authority to trample on serpents, scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. Nevertheless, do not rejoice in this, that the spirits are subject to you, but rather rejoice because your names are written in heaven. Verses 19 through 20. So in spite of God's assurance of protection, Jesus specifically instructs them not to rejoice in this, because it was not of their doing, not a show of faith. It was God's protection, pure and simple, and it was not to be haphazardly abused or toyed with. Are you intrigued? Still not finished. The final part will be presented next week. Geez, Elder DT, you sure are long-winded. Hush up, child. Don't sass me. Respect your elders. Don't mind him, everyone. I'll finish next week. Thanks. This is Elder D.T. Stanley, interim pastor of Harvest Time Worship Center. Remember, we believe God is for you. I'll talk to you again later.